And then we are back. Just like that. We are back with side 2, side B of this rock opera, this rock collection called The Modern Age. Remember the first set of 11 songs with the cityscape about the younger people coming of age in the modern age, trying to figure it out and see what it is that is actually happening around them. But in the second half of this project, we are talking about all of us as a people and as a society, and gone from the stage now is the cityscape. And it is being replaced, I think, and this is not in my job description, of course. Someone will have to, I think, have artistic concepts about how to present such songs, such a set of songs. But anyway, I think of more of a simple, symbolic stage, maybe even slide projections or something like that. But on the stage itself, something simple, and the characters themselves much more archetypal, much more classic members of society, making big statements for all to hear and to heed, presumably and hopefully. That is what we are up to on side B. Act 2, in fact, of The Modern Age. Going to start off on the first song is called A Good Ship Away, A-W-E-I-G-H. And, it takes motivation, it takes nerve, it takes guts, ideally a little bit of preparation. But somewhere along the way, someone has to decide to do something, to go somewhere and to be something. And they will ask you, are you coming along? We have loaded up and we are headed out. You have to make the decision. Are you coming with us? Even though you may wonder, have you taken the proper precautions? Do we have enough gasoline? And tell me again, where are we going? And are they looking forward to seeing us wherever we are going? In a very simple way, this is a song that was an attempt to write a tune in 3/4 time, which I had tried to unsuccessfully in a number of efforts previously. Went into B flat and just started to bang around. Took a while to figure out just how simple to make it, but this is how it goes. A good ship away.
Off in the land of faraway places, where the sun and the skies get lost on the way, with the hope of tomorrow, the look of our faces, we know in our hearts we can get there some way. So here we stand looking out at the water as we wait for the boat that comes in with the tide, and it's off to wherever, for little that matters as much as the others who never have tried, or the lines of the past disappearing with the clang of the bell that we're hearing. No time to borrow today from tomorrow. Alright and okay for the good ship away. Gone from the sands of a land long forgotten to the new and the wonder of never before, and the welcome the sun that's slowly been rising, the sails they catch at whatever goes by, to the new and uncertain, on past the horizon, adventures of plenty that never run dry, or the lines of the past disappearing with the clang of the bell that we're hearing. No time you borrow today from tomorrow, all right and okay. Good ship away, and we'll see what it is that we'll see on a good ship away, for you and for me.
A good ship away. We'll see what it is that we'll see. Hopefully that will not include Somali pirates. Or, terrible weather. Unexplained phenomena. But anyway, this next song is a song from our first album back in 1996. And it is a song called The Wild Western Fantasy. And it is important to point out that we are talking about the modern age in America. Not the modern age in perhaps, Europe or the UK or the Ukraine for that matter. But it is something of a fantasy world we live in, you must admit. It is a wild and Western fantasy. And so as we continue on to the second tune of side B, a song called The Wild Western Fantasy. It was originally written in C, but I could not sing it up there, and so we wisely lowered it to B flat. I had always felt funny about the second verse, and I wrote a third verse that possibly could replace it. And at the end of this group of 11 songs, I'm going to do that third verse. But the more I think about the second verse that did end up going in this song, it does make a lot more sense, because if you look at, the fact that we've been through a couple of wars since this song was written, that whole line of "Little girl, where's your daddy gone?" means an entirely different thing. It was metaphorical when it was originally written. But anyway, a song called The Wild Western Fantasy.
Hear the whisper of the springtime through the winter. The night will bring the sunshine and the wind and rain of the cloudy time. They'll brave the ocean's hungry tide for a better world they know inside. To hear the symphony play their song and hope that somehow they can sing along. Say a prayer for America, the old utopian's legacy. We'll take care of America so we can dream in our wild western fantasy. brothers need him to come home to save him from those things he'd do. Tell him you need him home today, in a world where tomorrow was yesterday. Say a prayer for America, the old utopian's legacy, and we'll take care of America so we can dream in our wild western fantasy. Say a prayer for America, the old utopian's legacy, and we'll take care of America so we can dream in our wild western fantasy, in our wild western fantasy. Wild western fantasy.
You know, this song was written in 1996, and boy, oh boy, the ocean's hungry tide. How about like trying to get on a small boat from Libya to Greece right about now? I knew a girl, she was a family practice resident from Vietnam, and her dad and she, I believe, also had come over in the hull of a tanker. Sweetest babe, smartest girl you ever saw. I felt like I needed to apologize somehow, but really, she talked about how much she loved being a busboy. That's where great people come from. Humble folks like her old man, I presume. Or like my grandpa, who came in a boat from Italy. Never understood a word he said. Don't tell my mom that. But anyway, the wild western fantasy. While on that sort of subject of the ancient world and ancient America, and I don't know, we have a song for the man of the house here. And of course, very important character throughout human history is the man. He's a threatened entity in the modern age. His sperm counts are dropping, his testosterone is dropping, his cholesterol is rising, his relevance diminishing. And he still is relevant. And he knows it. And he knows that nobody is going to teach children how to act without the help of his input. And he wants to know, do you hear what I say? And this song was on The Modern Age, the album of around the year 2000, called Hear What I Say. I left it with just 3 chords because you men are simple. Let's just do 3 chords in a row so we don't get too complicated here. Hear what I say.
Came around when the world was a real small place. Seasons bring a new wind in my face, and I know I got my work to do. It's never done between me and you. Looking after my own, I see how the world has grown. Do they hear what I say? I I won't go away as long as they make us this way. Centuries seen the loss of too much every man. What's any different about a year too grand? Knights in armor are all gone. Our castle looms in a hill beyond. Fools and stupid screens, modern age machines. Do they hear what I say? I won't go away long as they make us this way. I'll be back again when the world is a real small place. All that matters you never can replace. You'll see it my way again and feel like you found your only friend. Standing big and strong, you can see me all along. But could you hear what I say? I won't go away as long as they make us this way.
Was Tom Byer on the guitar. Tom was from Ohio. He met in a blues band with Rayford, and he played with us for several years. He has been lost to follow-up. We haven't seen him in several years, and he's been great. He was great when we played on that song. There was, you may notice that drum beat there, that's my brother Buzz, who went to school for drums, and that is what he called a dirge. It was a very specific set of beats, and that was the way it ended with Tom noodling there. It couldn't stop until he had finished. But anyway, so in keeping with the theme of the man of the house, we have a song here that is a ballad, where he is saying a few things to his mate. And the name of the song is called My Woman. Of course, it is a very good thing for society when the guy and the gal in the house are sticking with each other and loving each other and bringing up good kids, making the world a better place for everybody. No doubt society far better off when this is going on, and therefore it is a modern age theme. And it is called My Woman. We recorded it on this Elite Band in 1996.
I can see you standing there. For the moment a twinge of hair hangs in her face, the air of charm and grace. Everywhere I go I know she's there with all the love, and so I keep on what I'm doing. She's my woman, but words can be so hard. You've got to make them up where you are. My woman just smiles and it's alright. My woman just likes it when I hold her tight. The days are hard and the nights are longer. Time out still just for a song or two. I play to you. Love is cruel, I hear 'em say. For anyone who doesn't know the way you make me feel like I'm for real. How could I ever make you cry? We can make it, baby, if we try. My woman just smiles and it's alright. My woman just likes it when I hold her tight. Come on, baby, take a walk with me. There's so much out there for us to be. My woman just smiles and it's alright. My woman just likes it when I hold her tight. My woman just smiles and it's alright. Just likes it when I hold her tight.
That is my brother Joe Shields on the guitar. It was funny when we recorded that. I think that was the only time we went through it, and I had talked to Buzz. I said, listen, at the end of the song, we're going to do 6 of these 1-5-4s and end it on the 4. And so we're playing through it, my woman, blah, 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 and then we get to the 5th one, and all of a sudden, he ended it on the 5th one, and I thought we were very clear that we were going to do 6 of those, and he stopped it, so I just held the note, and of course that's the way it ended up, and it was, I'm sure, the correct number of measures, but when I got up and after the song, I went over to him. I said, we were going to do 6, and he said, well, no, I guess it only had 5. Anyway, there's so much out there for us to be. Very important couple of lines in that song. In fact, nurture is the main defense against the troubles of the modern age. Growing up in loving households, the critical element. We move on now to the next song, a song called Proverbs. When back around 2000 when we recorded the second album, well, this song is on that album. Songs for the Modern Age. Remember, instead of going to church on Sunday morning, it was easier for me to get out the Bible and say a few things from it to the kids. They would have been 10, 12 or so around the time the song was written, and I was just zipping through and I said, Proverbs? Proverbs is part of the Bible, really? And I started reading them, and it was like, well, if you do this, this happens. You do that, that happens. You know, almost like there was a more specific price you pay for the living. Anyway, so I thought, well, that is a cool idea. We'll just do a song of modern Proverbs. And that is where the song came from. See if you can pick out the modern Proverbs.
They put the message in your head. You found it all easy to believe. It was fun until the start, you said, when the fool sees what he sees. In the dark cloud, hiding what's up ahead. In a forest without trees. Only half of what you saw was there, but keep looking anyway. There's nothing in the street you'll hear that means just what they say. It had only been a year or two, but it seemed so much further down the line. And though there was so much to do, never seemed to find the time to catch up to what's behind you. Some trick that would save you now. Only half of what you saw was there, but keep looking anyway. There's nothing in the street you'll hear that means just what they say. You need to hold it all in your hand to know for sure where it stands. Said and done, it had taken too long to learn to play, but rules were there for anyone who showed up here one day. Was it over before it had begun? By taking the easy way. Only half of what you saw was there, but keep looking anyway. There's nothing in the street you'll hear that means just what they say.
Here you go. Believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. Ever heard that? I threw in my own proverb there at the end. I like to say that life is hard and not easy, and that every little break you take, every little corner you cut, good luck on that. Was it over before it had begun by taking the easy way? So anyway, again now, cheering on literally members of society to be better creatures, we move to this next song, which is called, that is called The Games We Play. It was also on Songs for the Modern Age. I've always called it the gospel song. And it has a very over-the-top guitar in it. Again, the role of the guitar in a rock opera, in a rock song, or in the rock genre, really. Kind of echoing and mocking the singer. Not mocking the singer, but, kind of mimicking, or no. Kind of doing what he does with only the way the guitar would say it. I, for some reason, consider that very important in rock. And in this song particularly, you would agree that there is a lot of guitar in it. But anyway, a gospel song called The Games We Play.
Misfortune and the troubles that had found you on your way. When the hard part of living is all you've been given, I just have to turn myself away. These tears you cry, I guess you don't know why they keep finding their way to your face. Oh, all the games we play, simple things we don't say. Oh, all the games we play, simple dreams we let slip away. It's so hard to be holy, I sure know. It's hard to get up Sunday morning and go. It's hard to see how it could really be that some life in this body will show. Just hanging out, living it about time you learn what you know. Oh, all the games we play, simple things we don't ever say. Oh, all the games we play, simple dreams we let them slip away. Left to say, only one thing I might ask you to do is to know that you are your own shining star, and to that light you will be true. Shine on, your light is strong if you will just shine it for you. Oh, all the games we play, simple things we don't ever say. Oh, all the games we play, simple dreams we let them slip away.
people, you know, that in fact, despite the best advice, they don't do the smartest things or really the most politically correct items. And then they have to wiggle and squirm out of it, and it's like we all just enjoy that so much, don't we? Next song is called Can't Possibly Be. It is basically, you've just had the Proverbs people and the games we played people saying this is how to act, and this guy is all disclaimers. This was sung on Songs for the Modern Age called Can't Possibly Be.
Speak my mind, tell me what I say, it was so out of line. I always wanted just to get along, I don't need to do nobody wrong. Yesterday I was the man of steel, right now I couldn't tell you what I feel. Somewhere deep inside I cry for you, but who could ever tell you what to do? Life goes on it seems, and no one knows what it really means. When some things just are meant to be, and they're happening so mysteriously. Was it my idea living hard like this? I don't see a thing except the things I miss. Wake up now and see it gone away. No time for any more songs to play. Was I when it was going down? What happened when I didn't come around? I knew all along, you see, it's a world you can't be taken so seriously. Time, I just shake my head and see I'm right on time. For a while I was the last to know, but now I see it everywhere I go. Last in line is just another way to see ourselves in the games we play. It's time to listen carefully to those things you see can't possibly be.
I remember the drums on that song. I was sure that Buzz thought this was a throwaway track, and he just all these rolls and beats. And at the end of it, I just went over to the drum booth and I said, "My God, that was crazy." Because we were just throwing it out, right? Well, there it was. These things you see, it just can't possibly be. These things, comma, you see, comma, that just can't possibly be. There are so many things we see that they just can't be. No, this guy didn't really do that. But anyway, in the modern age, people take the big fall, and it really is bad for all of us, right? Even though we seem to gawk, and we are a society of gawkers a little bit, but maybe you weren't there. You don't really know what happened. And I don't know. But anyway, we move on to a similar song of people that we entrust. We hope that they behave and that they don't, do dumb things and kind of spoil the party a little bit. But the original song, this is the very first song I ever wrote. It's called The Face of Someone Else. Original name of the song was called The Man in the Tune. And then really, to try to do a song, you really must become that character a little bit to properly emote. But then again, we don't really want these people preaching to us, telling us their political views. We want them really just to make the moment mean so much. Just really give it everything you got. I mean, we were trying to have a ball here, and we're kind of counting on you just to be the one. Bowing when the show is done. This was recorded as a 10th track on the original album we did back in 1996. Song called Face of Someone Else.
I look up and what's this I see? Up in the lights for all the world to see. And looking at you now is your chance to be the man in the tune again. And on your face I see that silly grin. It's just a game and you know you'll win. The stories that you tell, people you say you know so well, you make the moment mean so much. You make the moment mean so much. What's it gonna be this time? You laughed about it, but now you're crying. We can always tell how hard you're trying. Just what is it you believe? Just who is it you deceive? Just make the moment mean so much. Just make the moment mean so much. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Every time I hear that song, can't help but notice what a poor vocal track it is. How it slipped through the mixed people, that was us. But did not generate ideal signal. Moving on to the next song on this rock collection, this rock opera called The Modern Age. It's a personal favorite of mine called Rescue Me. And it makes the point that in the modern age, or in really any era, of course, there are key pieces of advice and key pieces of insight that people deliver. And they can completely change your life. And you can say this or that, a little offhand comment here or there, a little compliment. A job well done, or whatever, can be very important to people, and it can rescue them. And just like in the face of someone else, where we are looking to songs and singers and musicians as our heroes, delivering key and important pieces of advice. This is what Rescue Me is up to. You're not the only one who isn't seeing something and hasn't seen something. And yes, you can benefit immensely by things other people have to say. So be listening and be dealing out that advice, if you have it, of course. Because there are plenty of people in the modern age who need rescuing. That we know for sure. This was the 10th track on the album from around the year 2000, Songs for the Modern Age, and it features Tom Byer on his wow guitar. Rescue Me.
Again, the lonely will find it so hard to pretend that some same old story is reaching the end. Sliding on down to wherever it goes, to the answers that lie in the lowest of lows, in battles lost that nobody knows. Closing your eyes to shades of gray when they wake up again to another today. I need somebody to rescue me. There's something that I don't see, and even if I can keep on trying, will they make it in time? Merry-go-round that keeps wandering by, the face in the mirror keeps wondering why it goes around again in the back of your mind. Looking out as it's something to see, in the darkness itself a something to be, something that's so far away from me. Waited forever and ever it seemed to wake up from all that I dreamed. I need somebody to rescue me. There's something that I don't see. Even if I can keep on trying, will they make it in time?
Tom's wow wow guitar in that. But anyway, so Rescue Me, we are now at this point in the second half. You know, again, hoping that key members of society can be wonderful and beautiful people that we know they are and that they need to be. People need rescuing. We need you to be the man in the tune. No bullshit at all, please. We can tell how hard you're trying. You are to give it all every time. And that is also the theme of this next song, a modern age theme called Hard to Find, which was recorded on Songs for the Modern Age in the year 2000. I did not think about it at the time about a good man being hard to find. But somewhere in there is that theme. And all these songs, you can play with the tempo a little bit. I always thought this song should have gone a little faster, but I couldn't get the band to speed it up at all. But that's, I was thinking, okay, here we go. If you could, Hard to Find.
Such a thing as 1 in a million, we all know, because they tell us so. A cool cat comes and takes the show, but then before too long, you know he'd come and gone. With better things to do, he wanders on, up against the big odds all alone, just making on his way up the street, know what he would do. And he said, wouldn't you? Dark skies and a flash of light, for a minute doing it right. The people got it in their mind, there's that something they need that's so hard to find. Fast jaw and a shallow drink makes a man of you. You're gonna make that do. No help from the old man now, he don't come around. And he was so profound, maybe he won't know no more. Don't you see he's heard it all before? Couldn't help but take the money and run, and don't see at all it's such a long way to fall. Dark skies and a flash of light, for a minute doing it right. The people got it in their mind, there's that something they need that's so hard to find. Now to carry the load, it's just fine with him. She gonna sink or swim. She's seen and heard lots of crazy things and had to wonder why she wouldn't give it a try. She's got a heart of gold, we know for sure. But don't ask her what she's crying for. It's not hard to expect a lot from what it might mean when she makes the scene. Dark skies and a flash of light, for a minute doing it right. People got it in their mind, there's that something they need that's so hard to find. Dark skies and a flash of light, for a minute doing it right. People got it in their mind, there's that something they need, it's so hard to find.
So anyway, a lady friend now to carry the load. Is it fine with you? A glass jaw and a shallow drink. That's all it's going to take to make something of you. We need men to be more major dudes. Don't just take the money and run. Don't be a one-trick pony. Refine yourself. Look hard within and be a tough critic and be self-effacing and self-aware. I mean, we really need all you can do for us. So anyway, moving on from those themes to just 1.5 songs left. Thought it would be appropriate to end the second half of the get-together here with a song of forgetting about the past and moving on to the future. A great theme in any thing like this. The modern age, for example, and all that's going on. Maybe you grew up bad, you know? Maybe there were unfortunate circumstances. Again, maybe you were born under a bad sign. Or something like that. But saying goodbye to yesterday, great idea. And moving on. Comes a point, comes a time, and there's nothing left to say. This is something that can be sung by the whole cast. Very big notes in there. I did what I could with them. Say goodbye to yesterday.
Up and down and all around
Hey, it's never over till it's over. Say goodbye to yesterday. No looking back, no hanging on, no more being where you don't belong. So anyway, to end this rock opera called The Modern Age, I thought it would be a good idea to do a reprise of what would have been verse 3 of The Wild Western Fantasy. Again, I'd felt funny about that second verse, and so I wrote this one. It was on 2 different pieces of paper on my piano bench, and I found it a couple of years ago, and I thought, if I ever do something like an opera, maybe we can just sort of do this. And so it goes something like this, last verse. From giant leaps for all mankind to the little steps from the chains that bind, we'll climb the hills before us now to find happiness the fates allow. We're there for all the world to see, all it is that life can be. When people live to find their way in freedom's hand, at work and play, say a prayer for America, the old utopian's legacy, and we'll take care of America so we can dream in our Wild Western fantasy, in our Wild Western fantasy, the Wild Western fantasy. Like I said, if we need a new national anthem, you got one right there. Anyway, I am Big Red. I have been your host for this rock opera called The Modern Age. I hope you've enjoyed it and can see a project in there, or at least inspiration from some of the songs and its melodies and its lyrics and its far-reaching analysis, in fact, of the modern age. Thank you all for being here. That is a line that comes from a little party we had. A guy named Billy Chuck over on the other side of the Licking River. A number of years ago, we built a outdoor stage, and Bruce and Rafe and Buzz and all their band played, and then I snuck in later and sung The Loadout from Jackson Browne and Scenes from an Italian Restaurant. And I think for the first time I held people's attention. It was at my coming out party. I think it was circa 1990. And at the end of it, Billy Chuck, the guy having the party, an old hillbilly, a decent man, I'm sure, he held up and he drank an impossible amount of whiskey. And he says, "Thank you all for being here." And you know, really, parties are made by the people who make them. You know? If you make the party, you made it. You got to be at the get-together. You got to be at the hangout. And you were at this one. Hope it was fun. Thanks.